5 asks to determine a and x below. Now, this particular triangle that you're looking at to the right here is a special type of triangle. So it basically has the larger right triangle, and it has an altitude drawn from the right angle to the opposite side, and it forms another right triangle. Technically, it forms two more right triangles. So we have a smaller one on the right, and then we have like the medium size on the left, and of course we have the entire larger right triangle here. And this particular concept is usually introduced in the similarity unit, and that's because someone way back in the math history of things figured out that all three of these triangles are similar to each other. So we can set up proportions. And it also leads to the concept of geometric means, which I'll show here just momentarily. And you'll notice here, the problem is we can't use Pythagorean theorem. So typically, right triangles rely on Pythagorean theorem a lot to solve for unknowns. However, on the larger triangle, I do have that longer leg A is missing. And then on the hypotenuse, I have part of the hypotenuse missing, right? So that's an issue. I can't just simply use Pythagorean theorem to solve. I have to use my similarity and what I know about proportions. So I would identify, and we'll have to do this in 2 steps, right? We'll have to solve for one or the other first. We'll solve for either A or for X first. But I do notice that I could, because I know, or at least have a variable or a number for certain quantities, and I'll show you here in just a moment how these work. So what I notice here is that I have this x plus 5 could act as a hypotenuse for the large triangle, and then 6 can act as the short leg for the large triangle. So I'll just set up the proportion here. I'm stuck in purple. Okay, so we have hypotenuse over, we'll say LL for long leg, right? So we have x plus 5 for hypotenuse, and then 6. All right, now if I look at just the small triangle on the right, I do have the hypotenuse, I do have the shorter leg of the two, and we could set up a proportionality here. So for the small triangle, I do have that equals 6 over just simply x. Okay. So 6 for the hypotenuse, x for the, I'm sorry, that's short leg, not long leg, SL, my bad. Please give me a moment to correct. Okay, so this is short leg. All right, so we're doing hypotenuse to short leg equals hypotenuse to short leg. So we have x plus 5 over 6 is equivalent to 6 over x. That 6, that short leg, is the geometric mean between the large and the small right triangle. And from here, we just use algebra. We're going to algebra this out and determine what x is. So we'll have 6 times 6. We'll move this over to the right. And we'll have hopefully a quadratic we can work with. 9 and 4. I like 9 and 4. So x plus 9, x minus 4, and then watch your extraneous solutions. I don't know what just happened there. Negative 9, x equals 4. Okay, so I have 2 options here. Negative 9 clearly isn't going to work. I cannot substitute x equals negative 9 right here, right? We cannot, in the geometry number world, give that value a negative 9. So I have to exclude it as extraneous. We could use 4. You could always substitute and solve just to make sure that works. Oh, when in doubt, always, if you question an answer, plus 5 over 6 equals 6 over 4. So we're saying 9 over 6 equals 6 over 4. Yep, I'm thinking that's true, because if we reduce both sides, I'll get 3 over 2. If I divide 9 and 6 divided by 3, I'll get 3 over 2. And on the left, if I divide both sides by 2, I'll have 3 over 2. That looks good to me. So our final answer there is 4. Now I do, just get rid of that. I do need to solve for A, don't I? Yeah. So I can, from here I can use Pythagorean theorem. I would have, this would give a total of 9, right? 5 plus 4 is 9. We have the other leg is 6. Hypotenuse is 9, leg is 6, long leg is A. So we could say 6 squared plus A squared equals 9 squared. Subtract 36 from both sides. 45, yeah, 45. So we have A squared equals 45. A equals root 45. And I could break that down into root 9 and root 5 to make that 3 root 5 equals A. And that's your final answer for that. So A is 3 root 5. Our X is 4, and that particular problem is done. Thanks for watching.